There is a thin divide between what is perceived as spiritual and paranormal, for they are forever entwined throughout time. Traveling within the history of the world, we can find examples of spirituality that involves everything from magic, spirits, gods and goddesses, and seers or people said to be able to talk to the dead. We all have our belief systems and we all have our own truths. So come sit with Holly Jenkins and myself as we talk about all that and more. Welcome to Spiritually Paranormal.
Hey, hey, hey!
How are you? How are you? How are you, everybody? And just for the record, and I didn't get to tell you this, I did StreamYard, so we'll only be able to show it on 3 different places, but then share it to other places. So some people might not be aware of that, but it's like on my
I
main
need to share it while you're talking.
Yeah, and then I put it up over on your personal page. Hi, everybody. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Cindy. How are you?
Yeah, but you know people's attention span. I like to share it once we're actually live.
Yeah, they're kind of like, yeah.
And then I share it to groups as well.
Yeah, that's what I did. And it's like, it's like my brain recently, like nap size, right? Gnat size, like attention span of a gnat. So, yeah. So what have you been doing this past week? Share.
Well, I did one book, and I told you about that one last week. I was finishing him up, and he did finally get published, Little Crow's Bad Day. It's such a cute book, and I narrated it and shared that this morning so everyone can go have a listen to Little Crow's Bad Day. And it's all about how, he wakes up all grumpy because the owls in the tree next to him kept him up all night, and then all these other bad things started happening to him because he believed it was a terrible day, the worst day he's ever had. And then he met this turtle named Tank that told him that it was all about perspective and mindset, and told him how to turn his day around. And so then he started having a much better day.
Well, and that's true. I mean, that's a lot of people right now are out there looking at the glass half full.
Yep.
Opposite. I'm sorry, half empty instead of half full.
Right.
And it all is about perspective,
When they should be just happy they have a glass that's refillable.
Well, anyway, I'll get to that after. But again, what else did you do this week?
Well, so this morning, I'll show you real quick. Hold on. Me and Robert, my husband, we're going to do a photo shoot this weekend because the trees are all turning beautiful colors and everything. So we'll probably do that Friday up in the woods. And I had to sew up a dress I had bought a long time ago and haven't worn yet because the cleavage cut was down to my navel. I was like, oh no, we're not doing that. Yep. And then I had to fix Chucky here, and he has no head.
Oh, that is so cool.
His head is at home. Michaela bought this Chucky doll, and he's on a thing that's kind of like a Roomba that moves around and he talks.
Oh, that's not creepy at all.
No, but the thing is, his clothes were just hanging on it. They weren't. There was no feeling in there. So she hates the Roomba thing, so she took it off of there, and so I sewed his pants closed and stuffed him up, and now I've just got to put his head back on him.
Yeah, I was debating. I've never seen that movie. Like,
don't watch it. Don't watch it.
But I have been watching. Well, actually, I've been letting the Netflix pick what I see. And let me tell you, the other night I watched a movie, and it was a couple years old. I just had never seen it, but because of Halloween, they got all this stuff up. And I clicked it on, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And it was like really kind of dark, but it's kind of a story that just kind of sucked you in.
What was it?
It was called Out of Evil.
Mm.
And so I watched the whole movie, and I was like jumping, screaming, yelling, oh my God. don't go in there. Oh my God, look behind you. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm yelling to myself, but that's how it was a good movie, but it was really scary. So it gets to the end and it says, this was a film based on a true story.
Oh, crap.
The police officer retired from the police department to work with this Jesuit priest. So
Wow.
it was a real story, which made it even more. I know you would not watch it.
No.
But it wasn't a documentary. It was a movie, right?
Right.
I don't watch documentaries about that stuff.
And you would have laughed. Next time I get any bright ideas, please somebody stop me. I had said earlier in the month I wasn't going to have a Halloween party this year. I said I'm not feeling it. I don't want to do it. It's so it's a lot. It's a lot to do. Have to get everything ready. But my cousins from Chattanooga, they want to reminisce and go back to when I used to throw them for all the kids. So I called her. I said, "Are y'all still wanting to come up for the Halloween party?" She said, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh crap." So this week, all weekend, we were working to clear things out and pulling out all the Halloween props so we can get things decorated. And so I had to bring some of the stuff to work to do. I made 200 little ghosts out of coffee filters because we take them and hide them all in the woods. We give the kids flashlights because it's dark by the time the party starts, and they have to go on a ghost hunt. The 3 kids that find the most ghosts will get a prize.
Oh, that's cool.
And we're building a haunted house out of our hoop tunnel that is our greenhouse. We've taken all the plants out now because they're done. And I had to cut 400 5-foot plastic strips to hang in this haunted house.
Oh, that's going to be so fun. I used to do all that stuff. I just, when we lost the other house, the big house, and everybody just kind of dissipated everywhere, I didn't have those left. And we used to do the whole front yard up like that. We had like a lot of animated stuff. But what we did was, when Kmart was still alive, we had a Kmart like a half hour from us going north. And the day after Halloween, they'd mark this stuff down. Like, I was picking up stuff for like $5 and $10 that were normally like $75 to $100.
Yeah.
So I'd go in right away and I'd get that stuff. So we had a lot of animated, but we also did the ghost thing, putting them, because we lived on 10 acres. So I'd send the kids into the woods and they had to go find them, So yeah, that's so much fun.
That's their favorite part. And now last year had a ton of games and stuff, but we're not going to do the games. We're just going to let them have the haunted house. And we've put up a projector, so we're going to put up some Halloween movies. And Robert today has been working on the fire pit, so we can do roasted marshmallows as well.
Oh, that'll be good. Take graham crackers too, man. S'mores.
Heck yeah. Some chocolate and marshmallow and graham cracker.
Hi, Ebony. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Lori.
Margaret.
Ebony King, I was thinking of that maybe towards the end, if we have some time, because we're just talking. Maybe we can do a couple reads. I don't have a problem with that. I don't know if Holly does, but I don't have a problem.
No, I don't have a problem. And don't forget, I got my pet dragon this week.
Look at this, guys. This is so cool.
He's 26 inches long.
That just is really cool.
It was 3D printed.
That just still blows my mind.
I know.
I'm creeped out by AI, but 3D printing it's been done with some icky stuff too, but that's really cool.
He is awesome. He is pretty awesome.
What do you do with them once you, what are you going to do with them now that you got them?
Oh, he's going to go into, I will find just the right place for him,
Oh, the grandbabies are going to be after that one.
Oh, they have already been playing with it like crazy. So I have to put it away so they don't destroy it.
Well, so my week was actually an interesting week. I did, I had some issues with hackers.
Yeah.
Got rid of that. And then I actually finished the next painting.
Yep, I saw that.
It was
fabulous.
destiny, which was not what it started out to be at all. And I will tell you, and I say this every time, and Holly and I have talked about it, when we have something in our head, but they're trying to channel something through, what we do doesn't make a difference because it turns into something different. This particular painting I've been working on since January, and every time I sit down to do it and I'd want to do it my way, it wasn't even originally the Spear of Destiny. So I was actually trying to do dragonflies, right? I was going to do dragonflies, and nope, that changed. So then I got all the other stuff on there, and then I finally said, okay, whatever it is you want me to do, I'll do. So I actually did that and finished that, which I felt good because now I only have one more painting before that deck's complete, which I'll be very excited about. Oh, Cindy likes your dragon.
Oh, thank you.
Pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So that was done, and then I haven't had much energy to do anything else. And the birds have been really quiet, and of course you're here, so they don't want to be quiet.
Yeah. Well, if you go to my TikTok page, you can find the link to those dragons on my page. There's a video under the TikTok shop section of the page, and you'll be able to buy one too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Also, this is something I didn't get to tell you actually. I got asked by somebody who I've known for years. He died and was brought back.
Oh yeah, you said you talked about this at the end of the last one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we're launching a new show called Conversations.
Right.
You can do it. I can do it. You can have anybody on there, but it's just going to be normal people. Like if Lori wanted to come on and we'll talk about whatever conversations, because I think people are forgetting the art of conversation.
Oh yeah, totally.
So it'll be when it is, once a month, twice a month, once a week, once every other month. It'll just be when people contact us and say, I want to be heard. I want to be seen. And I think that's so much of the problem that's here in the world right now. Nobody's seeing, nobody's listening. They're just attacking and throwing up the Bible, which I saw today, and quoting Old Testament stuff. And I'm like, wow, really? Book banning for that? Like, wow. So, there's a lot of people that are frustrated. So Holly can do it. I'll be doing it once in a while. And like I said, it's anybody who wants to be heard, anybody that hasn't, something happened to them, or they want to share some wisdoms, or they just, like I said, want to be heard and seen. So I didn't want to do another show, but it was like really pushing. And I'm like, okay, you guys, I'll do this one, but not every week. And then I told them, no, not doing 5 days of shows again like I used to do.
Oh, no, it wears you out. People don't realize.
No, there's a lot of work that goes into it. So, but Joe's going to come on, and he's going to talk about his connections with the divine energy and how to map it out. Like I said before, no mind for math for me. So
yeah, I had something pretty interesting happen this morning. Well, it was interesting to me anyway. And so every morning and every afternoon when I'm sitting in traffic, I say, okay, where are my angels? Where are my angels at? And, lo and behold, they'll be right there. And I'd already seen 444 this morning. And I was like, hey, good morning.
Yep. Really? Yep. I've had 444 for the past 3 days.
I've been seeing it. I see 444 is one of the numbers I see a lot of anyway.
I don't.
So
but
then
it made me notice it. So maybe it's for you.
So then there's another number I hadn't seen in a while that a lot of people probably don't even think of as an angel number. So I'm sitting there and I'm only a couple of lights away from my office. And I look over in the car right next to me. The number is 1234.
Oh.
So when you see the angel numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 or 2, 3, 4 in sequence, however it needs to be, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. So think of it as a timeline from zero to 9. And wherever those numbers are, so 1, 2, 3, 4, it's like, here we go. We're beginning a new process. We're starting something new. So look at it that way. So if you get 4, 5, 6, you're kind of in the middle of you've gone past beginning and you're in the middle of whatever it is you're going through. And so the ending is coming up. And then the car in front of it was my grandmother's birth year, 1912.
Oh, that's wild.
And I was like, oh, hey, Grandma. And then so that's not even the end of it. So I get to the office, I share out Little Crow's video, and I go look at my memories. And there was a video, it said 7 feathers. And I was like, oh, 7 feathers. Let me listen to this video. And it has some really good advice. It talked about letting go and healing and how everything you've ever been through is nothing but a memory now.
Yeah.
You can't let your thoughts hold you back because all that pain and trauma that happened in your past, it's just a memory now. It's not happening right here, right now. And it was about the 7 feathers talked about the grandmothers coming. Oh Lord, here we go with the good
well,
stuff.
It's that I 100% believe that. And actually, Yolanda Martinez has been called by the ancestor grandmothers to do what she's doing right now, and she's drumming, like going to different states and drumming, but it's right for this premonition that she's been given, or this vision that she was given, that the grandmothers are coming back. And I do believe that. I feel the time is needed right now. So what else did they say?
So this video was from 2016, and I named it 7 feathers because in the vision they had shown me 7 feathers, and I went on to talk about that. It was these grandmothers that came and were talking about letting go and allowing yourself to heal and all that. Okay, so I shared that out again, and then I had to go run an errand. I had to go to my boss's house, which is just 1 mile up the road, to pick up some paperwork. So I ran up there, and I couldn't pull into his driveway because he has some workers working on his house, and the driveway was full. So I pulled into the parking lot next to it and walked down, and on the sidewalk, what was there?
444?
No, a great big black feather.
Oh yeah, I haven't been outside. That's
it was a big crow feather sitting right there on the sidewalk. And I was like, okay, I hear you, Grandma. I hear you, grandmothers. I hear you.
Well, Lori Vaughn said she's seen 444 as well. And 444 is just, and usually they are when the numbers are in sequence, like 444, 111, 222. That just means that divine energy is wrapping you, and it's safe, and you'll be safe, and you'll be fine. It's just kind of, I'm really never been into numerology. And my friend Lynn, who's like my sister, she lives here in Michigan, and she's got kids. We all know each other and stuff, but she's really into that. And I know Lizzie Starr has told me to, but I could never figure out, like, when were you born? And they you give them their birth date, and then they're like, they break it down to what year your life is in.
Well, you have a life path number and a destiny number, 2 different numbers. I've got them in this here. So,
hi, Ray.
Your life path is your birth date, the actual birth date. So you do the month, the day, and the year, and you add those together. And if it comes up to a double digit like 11, then that's 1 + 1 is 2. But 11 is one of those special numbers, though, that you can just do as 11.
I was born on the 11th, so yeah.
And then you have your destiny number, which is different. The destiny number is your name at birth. So, like, each number, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. So you're going to calculate your name with the numbers and come up with your destiny number. And they all have some different meanings.
You just told me that, and it was like, went into my head, and it was like, shik.
I've got to send you this. It's got all of that in there, as well as the basic angel numbers.
I just don't understand it. She can do it in her head, and in like 2 seconds, I go, okay. She'll say,
yeah, I'm not doing the destiny number in my head. That's a lot.
she's like, oh, well, you're in a year, whatever. I'm like, how do you know that? She says, because I just took your birthday. I go, wouldn't it be the same every time you did your birthday? She said, no, because blah, 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 blah. And that's all it was in my head, because I'm not supposed to do that. I mean, it's not my thing to do. And
Right.
it's like, blah, blah, blah. Math has never been one of my things to do. Writing, reading, artwork, all that. I can do all that. But you hand me a set of numbers, and it's like Greek. It would be like reading another. Yeah.
Let's go back to 444 real quick.
Okay.
So in the book, I've got on here, the number 444 is a sign of stability, foundation, and support from your spiritual team. It suggests that your efforts and hard work are being acknowledged and that you're on the right track. It can also serve as a reminder to take practical and structured approaches to your endeavors. So think about those fours as your foundation and your support.
Here, Holly, Margaret wants to know her birth number.
August 11th of 1559. Let's see. I need a piece of paper.
That's why I look at Lynn like she's speaking foreign language to me, because she does it all in her head, and I just don't know how she does that.
So that's pretty easy. Let's see. So I'm going to break it down for everybody as I do that. So you're going to take 8 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 5 plus 9. You got that? 8, 11, 59, 1959. You don't want to leave out that 19. And that's 34. So 3 and 4 is 7. So let's go look that one up on the life path numbers. And we'll just do this one. All right.
Isn't 7 just about getting ready to harvest?
Well, her life path, for the life path number, it says she should be analytical, introspective, spiritual, and wise. Her purpose is to seek deeper truths, explore spirituality, and learn. Her challenges are avoiding isolation and finding practical application. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I think it does. I know, for what I know of her, yeah.
Now, look, everybody wants it.
Sorry, I started
Go
it.
to Amazon and get my book.
Okay, so somebody just walking in front of the camera because I'm all blurred again. So somebody's like making me be quiet. You're the star, and they're like wanting more numbers.
They want more. Should I do another one?
Yeah.
Who do we have here?
Cindy.
She was August 14 of 1965. Okay, so we're going to do 8 plus 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 9 plus what? 65?
Yeah.
Did I read that right? 65. 6
yeah.
plus 5. 34. Again, that's 7. You're the same number. How crazy is that?
Okay, I'm going to give you the next one because I'm still blurred.
1028. What year? We need the year.
Mindy, give us the
10 plus 2 plus 8 plus, well, actually, let me clear that. 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 8 plus, did she give us the year yet?
Nope. She's probably crocheting. I think she said she was.
Just with her month and day.
Oh, here it is.
No, that's Raylan. That was Raylan.
Nope. Okay, Mindy. Put it in there. Put it in there.
Yeah, we need the year.
Oh, here it comes.
1970.
Oh, you're a baby.
Plus 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 0, of course, equals 2. 8, 8, 9, 10. So that's a 1. So it'll go back to the life path numbers. Her traits: independent, ambitious, determined, leadership qualities. Her purpose: to pioneer new ideas, be a leader, and inspire others. Her challenges: overcoming self-doubt, finding balance in relationships.
Interesting.
Yep,
I like how I'm going in and out of focus still. That's crazy. Yeah, that's really cool. And then, okay, we got one more.
726. Okay.
Yeah, because today.
7 plus 2 plus 6 plus what year? 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 6 equals 37, 7, 8, 9, 10. So same thing. She's a 1.
Ooh.
Rellin, you're a 1 as well. So same thing I just read for Mindy applies to you. So that's funny. 7711.
Isn't that weird? That is weird.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is weird. What are the likelihoods
And
of that?
Rellin, don't you have this book? Wait, she might have the one that
She
has
said
not been
one.
updated with the life
Oh,
path.
here you
And
go. You
okay.
nailed it. Mindy said you nailed it.
I love having that book handy because I know I created it, but it's everything that I'm always having to look up anyway. So
Well,
I'm like, no, I got my book right there.
just because we know it doesn't mean we remember it like off bat. All the time.
No, I can't remember everything.
That's not how it works at all.
And on the destiny numbers, like if you go to a website, they usually don't give them to you. So what I did in here is I went ahead and broke it down.
Oh, okay.
And I put it on there for you, so you don't have to figure out your ABCs and your 1, 2, 3s.
Like algebra to me. So yeah, no.
Yeah.
711 says yeah. You'll always find numbers. I know my friend Jules, that's Taylor's fairy.
I see them every day, the angel numbers, but I also ask for them every day.
But there's also like everybody may have different ones because like Jules, Taylor's fairy godmother, she has one specifically for her dad that's passed and specifically for her mother that's passed, and they will show up. And it's to me that's.
I was surprised to see my grandmother show up, but then after all the other things came together, I was like, oh, wow.
Well, that's kind of cool though
with
with the cousins and everything. That's awesome. Well, this was an interesting ponder that I had today. Cindy Keza is over, I think she said Singapore right now. She took off and I don't know what she's doing. She's doing some big thing. But she's been, and I'm so proud of her for doing this. And I told her that. I'm so proud because I told you about the artwork. She says, I'm not a trained artist, blah, blah, blah. And, I don't really, it's not that. And I said, art is art. It doesn't matter how you do it, right? So she's been doing more and more of the spirit artwork, right? She also does spiritual automatic writing, which I do every now and then. But she went to Singapore, and the first day she got one vision of a spirit guide.
Ooh.
That was it.
Wow.
One. She says, I don't understand. She says, I've never been here, but so my question to her, and she's in Singapore, so she's opposite hours right now. But my question to her,
well, this particular physical body hasn't been there before,
right? And is it like, when we pass and we go to the other side or whatever we go to, the other parallel universe or whatever, and we become energy, do we stay in the same places that we've always been?
No.
So that when she goes there, they don't recognize her. They don't recognize her. Why? Because it's new to them?
No. It maybe she wasn't supposed to have a vision with all these other guides while she was there. Maybe she needed to look more into that one particular guide while she was there. Maybe there were some other things she was supposed to focus on and experience and focus on less of these spirit guides. And how about be present in the moment and take in this new place that you're at? Because if you have these spirit guides coming to you when you're in a new place, your focus is going to be on what they're trying to tell you and the messages they are bringing you. And it's not going to matter where you are in the world. You're not going to get that moment of being in that new place. You're not going to experience that place like you should.
She actually was doing it for a person that she was with over there.
Yeah.
And that's what came through. And she said it's just kind of like and she thought it was kind of odd too, because it was like, normally when I do that, they all want to be seen and they all want to be shown, and she does it really fast. And to me,
she was supposed to focus on something else.
But the two that she did or she's done already over there, actually, when I look at them, it's like a photograph negative. Like when you take print film, I used to do print film, so I had a dark room, and you go in there and you look like a black and white, right?
Yeah.
and look at the negative. And that's what it was showing me. No matter how many times I looked at it, both of the prints she did, I saw a photograph. I mean, it was obviously a drawing, but that's not how I was seeing it. Now,
Right.
all the other ones that she's put up that have been here in the U.S., I could see as the drawings and the artwork that she did. I could not see it as artwork per se. I kept seeing it like, and I kept being shown like a camera, right? Like in my head, I was being shown a camera, and I'm like, well, I know that's not what it's supposed to be. It's not a piece of film. And I kept seeing it's a photograph negative. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I've never heard that, never seen that. And I was really shocked that that's what she was picking up, and only that.
Yeah. Well, there's something there. She's supposed to shift her focus onto something else. That's what it's telling her. Because if it was the same old, that's all she would be focusing on are those spirits and those guides and those messages. So,
yeah, I suppose I never really.
For instance, you know, I was doing daily videos every single day. I've done it for 9 years, every single day without fail. And in April, Spirit said no. And every time I would try to start channeling, it's not that I couldn't channel. Spirit would just stop me, say no, you're not doing it. And when I channel, it's for the collective. So I have to tap into that collective energy. And what is the collective energy right now?
Yeah, it ain't very good right now.
Right. So I think that the thing is, I'm not supposed to be tapping into that collective energy because you can't help but pull some of that energy into yourself when you're doing that. And to protect me, I'm not doing those collective videos right now. Spirit won't let me. I've tried a few more times, and Spirit's like, no, that's not what you're supposed to be doing right now. You got to focus on this over here.
Well, I've got my head banged twice this week, and they're not leaving it alone. I have a painting that I have very clearly saw who and what it was supposed to be, like very, very clear.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow,
precise.
this
Very
is
detailed.
this is kind of wild. And I'm like, okay, well, they're not going to let me go until I actually sit down to do it. And they're also showing me that I need to do the spirit walkers again, which is kind of same thing as, you know, channeling paintings, but it's a very specific one. And they keep showing it to me, and they keep showing it to me. And yesterday, I when I got up in the morning, they said, "Well, you're going to do it today? You need to do it now."
And I'm going to have to tell you that when you started talking about the other lady doing her thing, this image came to me, and it's something I've seen on TikTok a couple of times. And I thought, oh, I just need to tell Bear about it when it came to me just now with you talking about her. But the whole time you're talking about it, Spirit is like pushing me to maybe suggest you start doing some of these things. There's this guy, and I don't know where he is, but he takes willow branches and he cuts them into little lengths and he carves a face into them, and then he repropagates them so that starts them growing again. It's the coolest thing ever. I want one so bad because I can just see that tree as it grows and that face is in there.
Yeah.
And cool. I think you should do some of your spirit walkers like that.
Well, I haven't.
I want one.
That's actually funny because let's say Wednesday. Yeah, yesterday I went into my laundry room where it's kind of like a pantry. It's where I put the towels. It's because I don't have a bathroom closet. It's got like 5 shelves all along the wall. And I looked up and I said, oh, wow, I haven't done that in a while. And I actually found my hand tools, both of them. And it's a piece of diamond willow that's, it's probably about, I'd say about 15 inches, maybe 14 inches long, but it's really thick. And I've saved it because I just, at the time when I was doing all the carving, which has been a number of years now, but I was like bringing totems out of them, right? I have deer, I have horses, I have fish.
Spirit wants you to do those again. Do them again. Do them. Come on now. I want one. You know what mine should be.
I'll promise you this. If I do one, I'll send it to you.
Woo!
I'll send you the diamond willow one. And diamond willow is a really, it's not super soft wood, but it's really sought after for woodworkers that do different things with wood, like carvings and stuff. And that's why I never wanted to really do that until I was called to do it. So maybe
when I see that guy's videos, I'll send them to you because I'll just sit there and watch like, oh my gosh, I want one so bad.
Well, I did do a beautiful long pipe stem for the wolf and me. And I carved that. I did the pipe stem, and I actually carved the bowl. When she passed, I told her daughter, it needs to come home to me, and the bowl needs to be shattered.
Yeah.
And I said I was going to also go burn the stem, but I was yelled at and told, no, you're still here. That's still part of you. No. So I
just got chills.
And it's a beautiful piece. I don't even know how I did it. It's got the running wolves on it, and it's got bear print and a wolf print, and then the colors, and it's all stained into the wood. And they said, no, you can't get rid of that. So
nope, it's not time.
No, not until I go. Then my daughter can burn it.
Yeah.
So, just weird stuff. Nothing ordinary for Holly or I ever.
No. The thing is, magic and spirit and anything you want is there if you want to see it. If you're looking for opportunities, you're going to find opportunities. If you're looking for problems, you're going to find a lot of problems. If you're looking for love, you will find all kinds of love in many different ways. If you're looking for hate, then that's what's going to come into your life.
Yep.
But if you're looking to speak to spirit, you got to accept the signs that they bring to you, like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1912, there's the feather, there's the video. How much more proof do I need?
Yeah.
And again, every hair is on end.
Cracks me up because now that I'm hearing
it makes me know, it reminds me that I need to shave my legs.
1912 is a date that's been showing up for me, and I just heard you say that again, and I was like, listen to what she just said, and I was like,
1912. Whoa, my God! Every hair on my body is standing up.
I'm not sure what it's about, but yeah, I just heard it again in my head. So yeah, well, and it's interesting because
it reminds me of that story about the guy that kept asking God to help him when he was in the flood, and God kept sending all these different things to help him, and he kept saying, no, God's going to save me, but he never took any of the things that God sent him, so he drowned.
Well, I have since the beginning of the year. Taylor was getting, she set herself a goal. She wanted a tattoo a month for all year, but they were very meaningful. And the artist that she was working with was the same artist. She was getting them all. And then all of a sudden in September, he just disappeared. He retired for a while. And he's like in his 50s. And he just and then he said, well, I can do it up in Flint, which is like, I don't know, half hour from her where she is now. But he hasn't started doing that yet. So she was pretty aggravated. And I said, well, I'm really aggravated now. And she said, why? I said, because I sent him a note and I wanted, and this is what's so crazy. This is what I was told to put on my right arm, like from the elbow down to my wrist, was the Spear of Destiny. And I sent it to him. Oh. And it was just supposed to be the spearhead, but I was to put my kids' names on it. So Dave and Tay, or Tay and Dave would be on it, Brianne would be on it, and then Sean and Bex I was told to put on it too. And I was like, that's really wild. And they said, no, you need it for protection for what's coming. And I'm like, okay. And then I forgot about it, right? And I actually, when I looked at the painting today because I have it sitting so it'll dry. I looked at it and I thought, oh my God, that's right. I'm supposed to have that on my arm. So apparently they shifted that because I couldn't get that tattoo right now, right? So they made me paint it. And it was different than what I had seen, like, because it's got a hand reaching
Well, you
out.
know who does tattoos? Really good at doing tattoos. Michaela.
Yeah.
Michaela.
Well, she'd have to come here. I can't go.
Come on, Bear. Don't you want to come down to Tennessee?
I would love to go downstate to see my daughter. I just can't make the ride. I can't physically do it.
It's a long
Yeah,
drive.
you know,
Like 14 hours or something?
Oh, Tada just showed up. Hi, Teresa. How are you too?
Tada has missed almost all of the show.
You'll have to go reread it. Go
rewatch. Yeah.
But I still feel that need desperately, and what's so weird.
It will reveal itself. It will show you when and who is what's supposed to do it.
But this is what. Now I finished it. When did I finish it? Sunday, I think I finished it. I think I put it up on Monday. I think, or maybe I finished anyway over the weekend. And I went at night. I'll sit and put Prime on or Netflix or something just to watch something so I can just shut down a little bit. Everything that came up, and I haven't seen Constantine, the movie with Keanu Reeves. I haven't seen it in years. I loved it, and they're actually making a second one finally. They've committed to it.
Oh, wow.
But I haven't seen it, right? So I thought, oh, this be good. So I put it, I don't remember any of it. What's the opening scene? They find the dang spear of destiny. And I'm like, what? Like, what? And I'm like, no. So, okay, so that was over, and I kind of pondered with it that night, and I was like, this is just weird. So another movie showed, because I let them pick it. Like, the first movie that shows up, if it's got a 4 on it, I'll watch it, right? So the next one comes up, and I start watching it. It's called Legion. I've never seen it before, but it's about Archangel Michael coming to the earth because...
Yep, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Years ago, but I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm watching it, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, what? What? And Michael is fighting Gabriel over the child with the spear of destiny. And I'm like, okay, that's just too funky, weird. And that's not in any of the write-ups or anything.
It's like, how many more messages do you need? How many more signs do you need to say, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do?
Send me a tattoo artist. Tell her she can come up here and I'll feed her for a week and she can chill for a week and she can put it on me. I just, but it's bizarre. It's like to the point of, it's really bizarre, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hey, everybody at Farm and Fleet.
Who? Oh.
She's broadcasting us.
Oh, okay. Farm and Fleet. I like Farm and Fleet.
We don't have those here in Tennessee. We've got Tractor Supply.
Yeah, we got Tractor Supply too. I want ducks again in spring.
Oh, Lordy.
I want baby ducks. I've got the lake, the marsh, right? So I get them, I raise them, I love them, and then I put them out into the marsh. Well, I don't put them there. They just take off and run when they're ready.
Well, so you've got that water right there by you, so it's easy for you to have the ducks. So if I was on the water, I would.
Well, I told my goddaughter, she's a teacher in a grade school, and she always has chickens right around, hatches chicken eggs. I go, why are you hatching chicken eggs? My God, get some ducks. She goes, I don't want ducks. I go, you got a huge pond out in your, yeah, no, we're just taking the chickens home and they lay eggs for us. I go, girl, get some ducks. So finally this year I said, so when springtime rolls around, you better be hatching ducks. And she goes, yeah. And I said, yeah, and just bring them up here. We can leave them out here. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I need ducks.
My friend Jenny down the road, she has ducks, but she also has rabbits now. She's raising meat rabbits. And she's offered us some, but we don't have a place for them yet anyway. I think Robert's really keen on having some rabbits.
Rabbit is good. I will tell you that, yes, I agree. Hi, Angela Brown. How are you? Okay, Mindy, that's fine. Just, yeah, your morning talks. She misses your morning talks. Yeah, I just, what were we talking about? It just took it right out of my
The
head.
chickens and the ducks and the rabbits.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the rabbits. I had, when I lived at another house up here, when I first got up here, when I was in my 20s, they had rabbits that they were raising for meat, so people could come and get them. And ducks are the same way up here, but I have a problem, not with that they do it. That's fine. I mean, we eat cows, we eat, we eat pigs, we eat, I just can't see them.
Mm.
So like
Yeah,
when I go to
I
a pig
couldn't do
roast,
it myself.
so
Robert will
when I
have
go
to
to
do
a
it
pig
because
roast,
I'm not doing it.
when I go to a pig roast and I see that head spinning on the spit, I'm like,
Mm.
yeah, no. I'm like,
Nope.
no, you just
Nope.
killed Wilbur. You just
Yep.
killed Wilbur. Can't do
Yep.
it.
Yep.
And
Nope.
and I actually went to, and I love duck. I love duck. And I went to Chicago the year before I went with my stuff, and it actually was a gentleman that did like woodworking, right? I mean,
Yep.
he sold it for big bucks, and I went to help him. And he said, let's go down to Chinatown and get some Chinese food. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. In Chicago, I hadn't been there in years. And I thought, yeah, that'd be fun. So we pull up in the parking lot and I look, he says, well, you like duck, right? Because duck's the best thing they've got here. And I looked up at the place, they had ducks hanging, dead ducks hanging in their window.
Oh, good Lord.
Up there for the day. And I'm like, nope, can't eat duck anymore. Taylor goes, but Mom, it's good. I said, can't eat duck anymore. So yeah, no ducks to eat. I can't do the animal eating thing. I can't even do the rabbits. And I actually went and got some of his rabbits because we had a fox in the area that took out all the rabbits by us. So we just kept breeding the rabbits and letting them go, breeding the rabbits and letting them go so that they would have that ecosystem again. But I can't. Excuse me. I can't eat them. No, I can't. Nope. I can't even eat venison anymore. We used to hunt.
Yeah.
We filled the freezer for all year and salmon too. I can't eat salmon at all. I can't even stand the smell of it. And it's the same way with venison. And my Taylor doesn't understand. And I'm like, it's because I look at them differently now than I used to. And I don't need to go kill a deer for food, I mean, I get that it would help, but I'm not going to be the one that's going to process it. And I was the one that had to process it.
I'll eat it, but I don't want to do none of the processing. I don't want to do the killing. I can't. No.
No, well, my bird mom, her husband would go out fishing, and he'd go out twice a day, morning and then go back in the afternoon. And they have a total of 5 apiece that they could get, the big salmon. He'd bring in 10 a day. And I mean, I'm talking 25 pounds each of them, 23 to 25 pounds. And it's like, he'd gut it and he'd like take the skin off of it. And then he'd give me 25 pounds of salmon twice a day that I had, but times 5 each day because he'd do his limit. I was gagging by the end of the season. I just couldn't do it. And you have to wash it and clean it and debone it. And it's like, nope, not for me. I like looking at them. I can't eat them. And I won't eat them either anymore. Can't. It just makes me gag. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were talking about the drawing. And Margaret sent me a picture of a spirit drawing that she did. And I don't know if it was her first time, but it was pretty good. People, that's kind of like, do you do auto writing at all?
I have. I haven't done it in a long time.
At all? Everything you do and you don't do that? No. Did I lose you? Did I lose you?
Oops. I hit the.
What happened?
I had a text message and I hit back too many times. I haven't done it in. I haven't done the automatic writing. I haven't done that in a really long time. It's been a long time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put this up because this is pretty cool. She did a good job on it. She said it. I think she said it. Was it going to do it? Like, no? Like, why?
Where is it?
Oh, I got it. Hang on. I got to figure out which one it is. Hang on. She was asking about it, and I said, that's really good. I've got it already. Hang on. I just got to find the dang thing. There it is. Okay. But yeah, it's really I find them interesting. Here you go. Here's hers.
Oh, really cool.
Isn't that cool?
It is. I got to
mean,
get the right distance away to see it very well.
She said she did it on black paper with let me
pencil.
Look.
Pencil.
Yeah, with pencil. Yeah. I think that's cool. I mean, you know, that's always something to tell, you know, that leads to stuff that we have in our lives that they want us to pay attention to. I just think it's really good. I don't know if she left or not, but yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. My mom did that. Got a spirit attached to her. Yeah. Yeah, it okay, yeah. Okay, so it isn't spirit attachment, it's a channel, and there is a difference.
Yeah.
Because when Holly and I sit, or at least when I sit to channel, I'm allowing them to
come in
to create whatever it is. An attachment is like totally different. And if you're having somebody that's in you and won't leave, that's possession. So there's
that's a big difference.
Yeah. Attachments, you know, usually aren't great. Usually when they're there, it's because you triggered something within them. It's maybe a way out for them to get out of where they're at, or, you know, they could have died some way and just don't understand it. And then, like I said, attachments can also come in and you can take them home. That's different than channeling. And I know when I channel, I always put up protection and say it's for positives, and I do prayer before it. I don't know how Holly does hers, but that's kind of how I do mine. Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure that wasn't my daughter's car, and she just sent me a message with this wreck, and it's a silver car. She has a silver car. Just about lost my mind. Okay, I'm back.
All right, I get it. I'm about losing my mind every day with the kids downstate. We just had, the world is not a good
Thanks
place.
for the mini heart attack, Michaela.
Yeah, the world is not a good place. I had one of my kids send me, Lindsay, the one that's been staying here, and she's got another interview actually today. She sent me this article, and I'm like, what is this? And she said, yeah, they just murdered her. And it was in the area where Tay and Dave were, and she was Jewish, from Israel. The family was from Israel, and it was a hate crime. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really honestly scared for our kids. I don't go out much anymore. The only place I go is twice a month, maybe, to the grocery store.
There's no way. If I was a young person in this day and time, I wouldn't have kids. I would be too terrified.
That's what
too terrified.
That's what Taylor and Dave are saying. Why?
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
Yeah. I wouldn't want a child to have to experience all this craziness.
Well, and then you look at, like, with you saying, like, the 7 grandmothers are coming in, right? And
yeah.
It's like, that's what I've seen, and that's what we're walking into. And I think it's going to be a number of years that it's going to be not good. She skipped the protection prayer, and that's what happened. Yeah, well, you know, there you go. Then you need to smudge and get it off of you and take it outside when you do it. Raylan, they'll go. I mean, but it's not some. If you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it. Basically,
no.
Slapping your mom. I'm not slapping your mom, but basically, if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. You know, and that again goes back to what we've talked about. All of Hollywood or the entertainment industry have made all this stuff like, oh, that's so cool. Let's go out and go ghost hunting. No, that's not what it's about. You know, no, you know, and this was something I brought up actually to one of my friends that I went to grade school with. she sent me a message yesterday and she said, I'm seeing shadow people around my house. I go, okay. I said, do you feel negative? She says, no. I go, shadow people aren't negative all the time. I said, what they are is they're maybe people that you love or care about and you've been thinking about them. So they're trying to manifest so you can
I
see them.
think shadow people have rarely, I don't know, if I really think on it, I don't recall any shadow people that I've seen ever do anything or be negative.
Yeah, I don't, and
They're
again,
just there and they're not.
yeah, I just think it's the entertainment industry that's made it wicked. Like, oh yeah, I saw a spirit. Now I'm not saying they can't be that way, but I'm saying that that's not the normal. I
Right.
mean, I
No.
see the wolf here all the time in shadow form,
It
or
just cracks. The thing
yeah,
that cracks me up is when you see them running around with, go to the light, go to the light. Do you think the spirit world don't know there's a light there and that they can go to that light if they want to?
or that they have gone to the light and now they're just coming back to play with
They're
you.
coming back, right? Exactly.
That's it.
Oh my
Yeah,
word!
I don't, I try to dissuade that with people. And actually, she felt a lot better when I told her. And I said, if it really gives you the EBGBs, smudge the house and leave a
Yeah,
door open. I
yeah.
said, don't salt everything, make sure you've cleansed first. But I said, yeah, I don't feel anything negative. And it's like, that cracks me up too. You have, even on these shows, right? You get the ghost investigators out and they're on topic and they ask for a sign.
Oh my
You're
word!
here, bang on the wall. So bang 3 times. I think this was on Jacket
And
Oz.
then somebody's banging 3 times.
And they go, oh my God. And they're like all scared and they take off. I'm like, didn't you just tell them to bang on the, yeah, no. And then they took, that was, I don't know if you've seen it. It's an interesting show. He started with his friends. Like he goes out with friends and family to do hunts now, Jack Osborne does. Well, he took his mom. His mom almost like died. She was in a room that they were told not to go in, and Chip
Right.
Coffey told her that you're who they want here to channel or whatever. You're this object or the person. Jack sticks her in the room where the prostitute was stabbed and her head was cut off. So here's Sharon Osbourne sitting, and all of a sudden, she's sitting in a chair by herself. Her son's running around the lower floor. And she passes out and she's like this, like Limp Biscuit, right? I mean, just Limp Biscuit. So the cameraman goes to her, Sharon, are you okay? Sharon, are you okay? And I'm thinking in my head, what part of this looks like she's okay?
Right.
So he's screaming down out in the hall, Jack, get up here, Jack, it's your mom, get up here. She was out. They had to pick her up, put her on the floor. They had to resuscitate her. And they came in, 911 came in, they took her to the hospital. She was there for a few days and they said nothing was wrong. Nothing. They could find nothing. They did MRIs, they did EMGs, everything, nothing. And I'm like, yeah, because she was possessed with whoever tried to channel through her. And they actually went to her house, and the people who own the building, the women, it was a woman and her daughter, they said, we're so glad you're okay. But then when they looked at it, Sharon hadn't even seen it. And she says, yeah, well, I'm not going ghost hunting anymore. You don't, nothing to prove to me. Nothing to prove to me. So I guess it's like you don't want to mess with stuff you don't know.
Right, exactly.
I get it. Her son's doing it. And I get that they've been watching stuff and that, but it's not the same thing as going out and doing it.
And I did see that Kelly now has come out as a medium.
Yeah, she's good though. She's actually really good. When she did a couple shows with Jack, and then she went to the Queen Mary, and they were the only ones because it was during the pandemic, so they only had one person sitting on the ship. She was channeling. Cindy Kaza wound up going there too, and Kelly was picking up all the same stuff. I said, she's a medium. She's a scared medium, but she's a medium. And every time she'd walk by, they would do something to get her attention. Not her brothers, to her. So yeah. She's good. She's really good. So yeah. Oh, what's this? Yeah, Chip Coffee, he's a good guy. He's worked with kids. I really like Chip. He's a good man. Oh no, Zach, no, Barb. That guy, he doesn't even, yeah, the man who sees demons every time he walks in or he's possessed within the first 10 seconds of every show. Yeah, no, sorry. Who has a museum of haunted items? Like, why?
Yeah. Yeah, no deal.
Mm-mm. So we've done an hour, girl. And
All right.
thank you for all who've been on here. It's been an interesting discussion today.
Yeah.
We always find something. We're always in it somehow or another. So bless you guys. And oh yeah, and don't forget now, you watch for conversations. And like I said, Holly, anybody that you want to do, we'll just put it under that header of conversations. And like I said, normal people. All right, guys.
All right.
You have a great rest of your week. And
Have a good one, everyone.
all right, guys. Bye.